Often when we talk to a new Sterling lighting customer, the common feedback we get is, I don't like using integrated fixtures. And there's good reason for that. In fact, really there's three types of main categories of products out there. There is a retrofit or a drop-in lamp, which has been around since LEDs first emerged in the market around 2007 or 8. And then the integrated lights came out. I installed a ton of integrated lights, and I saw a major issue right away. Number one is when any component failed on that product, I had to take the entire fixture and throw it away. The other thing I didn't like about it is I like to design some really great jobs. I wanted to be legacy jobs, projects that I could go back to 10, 15, 20 years later and they're operating and still look beautiful. The issue with the integrated light is when it burns out, when it goes bad, it needs to be replaced. And so I just started thinking to my clients, if I'm selling a $50,000 or $100,000 lighting project, I don't want to go back to them in 10 years and say, warranty's up on this, they're starting to fail, and you're gonna have to replace this entire system. The other option we had, and we started at Sterling Lighting with retrofit. The issue with it is it just does not dissipate heat. So the heat stays in, and you typically lose about half of your LED life on a retrofit versus metal-to-metal contact. So a really simple concept we came up with was a new product line or a new category of luminaire, and that's a fully integrated LED that's serviceable. Now the engineers that we first brought on, every one of them freaked out about that. They thought that if the person in the field could open up the fixture, it's gonna open it up to moisture and other issues like that. And my feeling is, I think I'm smart enough to figure out how to close up a light. And the people we work with are also intelligent designers, and they could figure out how to properly close up the luminaire so moisture doesn't get into it. So we designed the integrated serviceable light. So what's great about this is our SL23. If there was ever something that went wrong with this product, we could simply take this, and this typically takes pliers, unscrew the LED, screw a new one in, and connect it. We're getting metal-to-metal contact, we're getting longevity, and we have ease of service. The other thing that it opened up for me is my technicians on service calls no longer needed tons of different lamps. At one point, my trucks looked like a Site 1 warehouse, where we would have 40 different lamps, the 20 degree, the 35 degree, the 50 degree, 60 degree, different color temperatures in each one. And then we started having to update as brands would change the lamps to try and match up as well as possible. My technicians could have cups and drivers. And so we could throw 10 of these into one of my service vehicles. They have the electronic drivers. If something were to ever go wrong on it, they could unplug this, put a new one in. The best thing about this is the selling point to your clients. It doesn't make any sense. It's completely wasteful to throw this entire beautiful luminaire away because the components failed on it. It makes sense to replace the components. After designing this product, I was able to scale my landscape lighting business by almost 5 times. I simplified our offering, made a better product, made it easy to take care of in the field, so our service calls went much quicker. I love serviceable integrated LEDs. If you've never tried Sterling Lighting, give us a try, make us your go-to product line, and understand why we came up with what we did and how it can revolutionize your business.